So I was watching my own videos the other day. So that's where all those views are coming from. And I noticed right now I'm 2 for 2 for making Lord of the Rings references inside of my videos. The first one was pretty subtle, but the second one not so much. And I'm really hoping that doesn't turn into a thing, like Seinfeld referencing Superman in every episode, or House having a major epiphany based off of a minor event. But I'm thinking that by explicitly mentioning that I was doing that I'm kind of derailing that train, which is good, because I could have imagined that getting way out of control. Everyone, if you can quiet down, please. If we refer to the minutes from the last meeting, I think we can all remember with great relief that we finally put the why didn't they give the ring to the eagle debate to rest. Now, if we can all turn to page 143 in our books, we can begin today's meeting. That's page 143, book 2, passage 4, verse 127. The road. Now, back to business. You know, sometimes people ask me, Jared, what do you think of cell phones? Are they really that convenient, or do they just make our lives more complicated? And I say, good question, Antonio, there's nothing in this cup. Let me begin by saying that that's a ridiculous question. I feel pretty comfortable saying that I use my cell phone more often and for more things than most people, so I use about 70% of its functionality. Calling and texting, of course, and although I seldom check Facebook, when I do check it, it's usually on my phone. Looking up definitions for words, reading ebooks, checking email, tumbling, calculator, planner, to-do list, note taker, taking pictures, taking video. Reminders, alarms, and if I think of something to say for a video, then I usually jot that down too. You guys are in for a funny one next week. And the only real problem with it is that I end up needing to actually use it for serious things, but it doesn't look like a serious phone. So I'm talking to somebody important, and since I don't have a BlackBerry or something, when I pull my phone out to check my schedule to see if I have an open time, it actually looks like I'm just texting somebody during this very important conversation. Okay, so on the 27th, we'll get those papers notarized, and then we'll fax those out. And, business and documents. Anyway, all that said, my phone wasn't working for about a week, and it was kind of relaxing, but pretty horrible. So I remember this one time I was in the car with my brother, and he had his phone, but I had left my phone at home. And somebody texted him, but he had a specific ringtone set up for that person that I had set up for one of my friends. And when somebody texted him, although I knew I didn't have my phone, when I heard the sound go off, I realized that I was a little bit happier. And I wasn't sure why at first, but then I realized what sound I just heard. I knew I'd left my phone at home, so I knew the person didn't actually text me, but the sound alone was enough to elicit a response. Conditioning. If you use specific alerts on your phone, then this has probably happened to you before, because a lot of the alerts are common sounds like birds chirping. But if this hasn't happened, set special alerts for people who talk to you a lot. I think texts are better because they're usually shorter, more immediate, and more frequent. Anyway, for anybody who wants to try something with your phone, at least on my phone, you can set different ringtones for when people text you or call you. And if you generally have a pleasant experience of that person, then you should feel a little bit happier every time you hear that noise. As long as you don't overuse it, I'm pretty sure it's exhaustible. And if you're not sure how you feel about that person, then you can find out. After a few weeks with a specialized alert, you might feel yourself perk up whenever you hear that noise, or you might feel your stomach retch. And that's how you can decide your friends. So that's just a little bit about classical conditioning. I didn't really talk about my house much, but it's actually because I have too much to talk about, so I'll talk about it next time. Nah.